Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for joining me. Happy Wednesday. I almost didn't go live tonight, but I want to keep our Monday through Thursday schedule. I wasn't feeling good. I'm sorry I'm a moment late. It took me a second to get outside. Anyways, I'm not going to give you excuses. I'm sorry I'm late. So here we are. We have a lot to talk about yet again. And, okay, let me start from the beginning for anybody who maybe doesn't know and kind of give you a rundown of a little bit of what we've been through, just an outline and where we're at now, what we've been watching, and what we're going to do tonight. So, Rebecca Park is a 22-year-old woman who went missing in Michigan on November the 3rd. Gosh, a month ago. She was reported missing November the 4th. She was 9 months pregnant and she was due November the 18th. She was found deceased behind her biological mother's house November the 25th, and her baby was missing. Now, I haven't seen too much about it on YouTube. I'm starting to a little more, but on the local Facebook pages and TikTok, the case exploded. A lot of people were filming and helping search and interviewing, and there's just a ton of stuff going on. Well, right after she's found, within like maybe an hour or two, her fiance is arrested and his bond is set astronomically high, $1 million bond. Couple hours later, her sister's arrested, 21-year-old Kimberly. Her fiance's name is Rich. Kimberly's arrested, $750,000 bond. And there's an update regarding them, and I don't know what to make of it. I can't wait to get your guys' thoughts. Then her mom, before they were arrested, they did a couple interviews and we've watched a few of those and we have more to see. We haven't even seen them all. And her biological mom, I don't even want to call her mom, her actual mom adopted her, and she did give a statement, but that's all I've seen. But her biological mom was then arrested after doing several interviews and making an entire fool out of her damn self. I can't wait to show y'all tonight some of this stuff. That woman angers me. She is just as evil, manipulative, vindictive, and dishonest as Letitia Stout. Seriously, she is on that level. Lori Vallow, she is evil. So Rebecca's mom, Cortney, and her husband, Bradley, were then arrested. We couldn't find out what they were charged with for a couple of days, and then we found out yesterday or day before that we found out very recently. The days are running together for me, that they had a lot of charges, 8 of them to be exact. And included in those charges were premeditated murder, torture, and a couple charges for intentionally causing a miscarriage or stillbirth. Now, the baby still hasn't been found. The mom has had court. I want to show you a clip. We've watched some of it, but there was a clip that I was sent today of the judge at the end yelling at her. There's a clip of her trying to get her bond reduced we're going to look at. There is an interview where she hops on panel the day that her daughter was found, her biological daughter was found. I hate saying daughter. I'm sorry to keep correcting that, but the day Rebecca was found, and she's just putting on. This is where the Lori Vallow, Letitia Stout evil manipulativeness comes in. She just crying, sobbing, "They got my baby." Even after she told so many different stories. Then she does an interview the next day. We're going to see a clip of that. And then we're going to go back to what we've been watching. So we've watched almost 2 hours of an interview of her and Kimberly Sum on TikTok. And they have said the most bizarre shit. I can't even recap. This whole recap is off the top of my head. I cannot recap those interviews. You have to go see them. And I actually did link them in full. So you don't even have to go listen to me because it will take longer to pause and go through it. Go listen to the original. There's so much. So tonight we're going to get into part 2 of that interview, which takes place the next day after we get through all these updates and the couple clips. So that's the plan. That's what we're looking at. It's insane. Grandma Sherry, thank you for joining. In what world does she think this is okay, or that they wouldn't get caught? Look here. She, in my opinion, was planning on trying to put this baby off as her own. Now, I have a couple TikToks saved, and I can show those to you guys where I don't think I have it pulled up, but I can. Where people were sharing posts where she's talking about having a baby in the NICU, being pregnant. We know for a fact in the interview we heard she talks about being on ovulation meds and wanting to have another baby. I don't know. I think that she was trying to take her baby. And I tell you what, we also learned another epiphany I had today before we get into this. Rebecca was 22 years old. She was adopted, right? And her biological mom and her, Cortney and her, had only had this relationship for the last 4 years. They had been working on it. So what does that mean? 4 years from 22. So when she turned 18. So are you telling me that this young woman, maybe, possibly, it looks like, turned 18 and sought out her biological mom to form some sort of relationship, and this is what is done to her? It's unbelievable. There are no fertility specialists in Cadillac. Maybe that's not true. Maybe it is about the ovulation meds. I mean, I don't think that necessarily means either way, but that's interesting. Hey, Carrie. Me, Cazador D. Ardiaz. Thank you for joining. Thank you so much. All right, so here we go. Hey, Nicole B. Hey, everybody coming in. I didn't even say hello to you guys. We'll talk at the end. I want to try to get through this because a friend of mine is going on tonight, and we'll probably overlap some, but I'd like to go over and at least check out some of her live. And that is the ward case studies, and we'll go over there at the end of this if you guys want. Okay, so let's pull up this article first, just to give you a little rundown. People usually has the best photos, in my opinion, in the New York Post and the Daily Mail. Daily Mail is the best for photos, in my opinion. Not information, but for photos. Okay. Rebecca Park murder. Mother accused of torturing pregnant daughter, but keeping her alive until she cut out baby. Now, everything I just went through, like I said, that was off the top of my head. Here will be a better rundown for some of you guys who are behind or trying to catch up. So here's the need to know, and I'm going to read these to you. Prosecutors charged the mother and stepfather of Rebecca Park with murdering the 22-year-old who was found dead on November 23rd. The prosecuting attorney alleged that Cortney and Bradley Bartholomew abducted Park and drove her to the woods where they tortured her before cutting out her baby while she was still alive. This is frankly evil personified. Wexford County prosecutor told the judge, that was a direct quote, who ordered the couple be held without bond. Rebecca Park was still alive when her mother, I hate that, when her egg donor allegedly cut her unborn child out of the womb. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a special effort to call her that from now on. That is just one of the gruesome details prosecutors shared in a Michigan courtroom on December 2nd during the initial appearance of the two people now charged with murdering the 22-year-old pregnant woman, her mother, Cortney, who's 40, and her 47-year-old stepfather, Bradley. The arrest brings to an end the nearly month-long mystery surrounding Park's disappearance. Park had not been seen since leaving her mother's home just before midnight on November 3rd. One of the stories her mom said was that, because police said she's not using any of her bank cards. And her mom, or her egg donor, said, well, that day I had given her $2,000 cash inheritance. Lady, there ain't no way you have $2,000 cash. If you do, then I have questions of how you got it. I just don't believe that at all. Find that convenient. So Carrie detailed what allegedly happened next during their first court appearance on Tuesday, December 2nd. Mr. Bartholomew brought Rebecca to their home. He and Cortney forced her into another vehicle and took her into the woods where they stabbed her, forced her to lie on the ground while they cut her baby out, and ultimately caused her death and the death of the baby. They then left Rebecca in the woods. She called it a case of premeditated torture and murder, alleging that the Bartholomews created a plan and conducted research. And those are her direct words, her quotes, direct quotes. Both face 1 count each of first-degree murder, felony murder, torture, conspiracy to commit murder, assault on a pregnant individual causing miscarriage or stillbirth, and conspiracy to cause miscarriage or stillbirth. Each one of those 6 charges carries a possible life sentence. They're also charged with 1 count each of unlawful imprisonment and removal of a dead body. Search parties spent weeks searching for Park before discovering her in the Manistee National Forest. And we have a clip of, like I said, of her mom joining the panel right after she's found. Now, I have a question about the forest. So this is right in behind mom's house, and this is just like speculating and kind of reading comments today and stuff. I'm curious how you guys feel about this. So if she was found in a national forest, isn't that federal land? So couldn't it be a federal charge? Because think about like Luigi Mangione. He killed the United Healthcare insurance guy, right? And that's a federal crime. And it all happened like he ran and was caught in another state, but the crime happened in New York, if I'm not mistaken. So what constitutes, like, if this is on federal land, I'm just curious why some cases are picked up and others aren't. And if anybody can like help inform me on that, because if it was federal, they could get the death penalty. So then they go into Kimberly, who was arraigned on charges of tampering with evidence, lying to a police officer, and filing a false report. There's Bradley. There was no suggestion that they were involved in Park's murder at their initial hearings. See, Kimberly did, though, tell several stories online alone, so maybe that's what hers are, and maybe Rich isn't involved. What would you guys like? Because here's the thing, they've now been released, both of them. They still are facing those charges, but their bond was lowered significantly. What if they're not involved in the murder? What if Kimberly lied for her mom or her egg donor? And she claims on a TikTok live that, and we're going to listen to that maybe tomorrow, that Cortney threatened her that if she did tell the truth, her and her daughter would pay for it. Now, what if she just lied because she was scared or something, or she was asked to lie, and he had nothing to do with it? They just thought he might, because they were clear that they were suspicious and investigating, but we don't know. Okay. It's not all federal. The torture and death of a child under 14 should involve capital charges. I just don't know. I have a truly, I mean, it's just a honest question. It's not a national park, Alicia. Wait, who said? Alicia said all national park. I don't know. Hey, Edith. So it's just some things I had been seeing in like comment sections and things like that, and I'm really very curious. So, is a mix of federal, state, and privately owned land. Okay, thank you. That is so interesting. Okay, well, I am blown away they've been released and their bond was lowered so much they were able to be released. How has this happened? Well, I don't know, but let's look at it. Federal investigates 3 reasons. State police ask, cross the state line, and if the crime happens in a national park or government property. Well, see, I have seen, like, okay, for instance, Moscow or Idaho 4 or Summer Wells case, or there's so many cases where I've seen like state police ask for the feds to help, but it's still the state's case. You know what I mean? They're just like assisting. That just tells me that they weren't there for an actual crime. They were either there for them to talk or they were there to be protected. It's mixed land, guys. Feds don't automatically take control, Pixie says. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm curious. And thank you guys for, answering that, because I just didn't know. All right. Rebecca Park's sister and fiance bonds reduced from $750,000, $1 million to $5,000. The sister and fiance of Rebecca Park, Kimberly Park, and Richard Lee Fowler were released from jail Wednesday after their bonds were significantly reduced, according to Wexford County Court records. Fowler's bond, and maybe they got their bond reduced from cooperating as well, but I don't know. That's just a thought that goes in my head, a theory. Fowler's bond was lowered from $1 million to $5,000, with 10% required for release, and Parks was also reduced to $5,000 with 10% required, so they had to have $500. Both individuals, though, do face the same charges as before. Now, December 9th, Fowler has a preliminary hearing. His charges are related to methamphetamine, remember? And repeat offender charges. Now, Kimberly's seem to be a little more suspicious for me, but Kimberly was charged with 3 counts, including tampering with evidence in a criminal case, lying to a police officer during a violent crime investigation, and filing a false report of a felony. She will be on GPS house arrest. But where's her next court date? I don't see that. As a habitual offender with 3 previous attempted or completed felonies, his charges would still lead to a life sentence, or could, and very likely would. So that's that. I'm not even going to play that. Now let's get into all these different videos I want to show you guys. We're going to start with this one. This is interesting. Wait. This is no. This is not what I want to start with. This one from yesterday. Okay, this is from her hearing yesterday, and we don't even have to listen to it all. I want you guys to hear the last minute, because we actually did listen to a lot of this already, and we have a so this is her hearing. Let me just put it maybe right here. This would be good, I think. Listen at the end. The judge is speaking, and she tries to speak up something about an appointment or something, which was really hard for me to hear. I had to go to the comments and, gather it that way. Hey, Andy, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Andy, dude, did you know I started a Discord, and Grandma Sherry and me, Cazador de Ardiaz? But Grandma Sherry and Andy, I know you guys Discord. I started a Discord for the channel, like as a perk for members and for the Patreon members, just to talk true crime only. Eventually, I want to have like a room for like shopping and stuff, and share my little TikToks that I make on maybe snacks, but no drama at all. So, you can feel safe joining, and even if you don't know everybody there, it should never be a problem, because I want this to be strictly true crime. But if you guys want to join, please let me know, because I'll send you the link. Okay, and anybody else, just let me know. Ooh, Bindi, I would love that. Really, 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 really love it. I'll send you a link. So yeah, let's keep going, because like I said, Jen's about to go live, and she's covering a case I'm very interested in, the trial, and so I want to get over there to that some. So okay, let's hear the end of this.
Being held without bond is appropriate. Again, this is a case of premeditated torture and murder.
So can you hear that? It's kind of fuzzy, but she's asking for no bond, and again, this is premeditated murder and torture. The judge just is not having it at all. And yeah, let's see.
These 2 individuals created a plan, conducted research. Ms. Bartholomew brought Rebecca to their home. They forced her into another vehicle and took her into the woods, where they stabbed her, forced her to lie on the ground while they cut her baby out, and ultimately caused her death and the death of the baby.
Oh,
He then
awesome,
left
Nicole. Thank
Rebecca
you.
in the woods. This is frankly evil personified, and I would ask the court to hold her without bond.
There's that quote. I mean, it's become like a chilling but well-known quote in this case, right? Because I keep hearing it and seeing it everywhere. It's just like absolutely freaking shocking what she said there. You know, they researched this. It's just, ugh. But keep listening here. And Natasha, I'll answer
The
that
court
in
does
1
find,
second.
based on what's been presented to it today, the probable cause affidavit I've read and various search warrants I've read, the defendant is both a flight risk and a threat to the community, therefore she will be held without bond. I am going to order. No.
Oh my God. He says, nope, she's a flight risk, no bond.
No.
So, okay, Natasha says, is it separate from the one I'm already on? So it is separate but included. So it's just an extra thing I want to do for people who either support me on Patreon or as members here. And this way we can do so much cool stuff. Like we can actually watch documentaries together and stuff that you can't stream on YouTube. It can be done in the voice chats in there. And, it just is a way to expand things. And I think that I'll see it easier than like comments here or Patreon, because I check Discord because I talk to some of my friends there. So I'm actively on and off of it. So yeah, email me, Natasha, and I'll send you the link. Okay. I love that though, hearing the judge just get real stern. I'm already a huge fan of this judge. Hey, dog defender. Okay. Now let's go over to, this is the day after. We're going to hear that in a second. This is when Rebecca was found. Cortney hops her ass up on a TikTok live. You know what? I was talking to Melissa about this today. She's covering that Laura Owens case, and we were talking about like, how do people who are like, because I asked her, why would you do this? Why would you jump on these live streams if you're involved, if you are the perpetrator? And she was like, well, think about it. Letitia, Laura Owens, these prolific liars, they love to be the center of attention. They want everybody listening and paying attention. And it's pretty crazy because it's like, yeah, I can't wait to hear what you guys think about her in this. So let's go.
On timeout, guys. Hey, Eddie, is that coming over the scanner right now?
Remember, a lot of locals, a lot of TikTokers, a lot of Facebookers they were streaming the searches. They were streaming the scanner feeds. This was a huge thing in those areas. You know, we may not have seen it if you hang out over here on YouTube more, but it was. That's what this is.
And yes, it is.
So it's coming over the scanner that the police are asking for caution tape.
Yep.
I'm turning my scanner on now too.
I have goosebumps over my whole entire body, you guys.
Me too.
So guys, I wanted to ask you one thing. Just guys, everybody keep calm. Please, everybody keep calm. I just want to say one thing to you guys. Did you guys see that somebody dropped your live or a live when we heard police were on their way?
I did not see if anybody dropped. I dropped people out of mine because I was dropping them down myself.
Because
Hold on.
Here she is.
Hold on.
She's about to join.
Hold on, please. Courtney, if you do not want anybody on this panel, tell me now, and I will drop them.
they found my baby.
They found her. Confirmed.
Oh my God.
You're happy right now?
Fabian found her.
Powderpuff, she does have one
You
leg.
guys.
I don't know if she's in a wheelchair.
Somebody coming up.
Okay. Courtney, hear me.
Usually.
Hear me, Courtney. I am so sorry.
I'm here.
I am so sorry. Courtney, you have had thousands and thousands of people behind you this
Listen to
whole time, whether you feel like they were against you or not. I don't think anybody would have been here this long if they weren't just trying to rally. This is about Becca. She's coming home. They're bringing her home, Rebecca. I mean, Courtney. Courtney. Breathe. Have they?
Wow, man. Okay. So the wheelchair thing, the reason I say I don't know, because, I've heard it mentioned. I've never seen her in one. I think she's in one in the jail footage. But prior to that, I saw her kind of hop using a crutch. And, she does mention at one point she needs one to sit down. I don't know. Something about cellulite or cellulitis. She calls it cellulite. I don't know. But regardless, that's why I answer like that. But okay. Her behavior, though, during this, what do you guys think? Because this is when I had already thought like she's just absolutely pure evil, right? And very dishonest and manipulative. But it wasn't until like I heard this again today, because I had heard part of this before and I had mentioned it to you guys. It wasn't until I heard it today that I'm like, dude, you are just like Letitia Stalk. Think about Letitia in the act, and I'm not saying every detail. I'm just saying that manipulative, or Lori, like these women are just pure evil, absolutely selfish little manipulative actors, and it's just, oh my God. Can't stand her.
Courtney, I think at the Courtney, I think at this time, Courtney, listen to me. It's up to you. If there's nobody there besides Brad there with you, if you want to stay with us, but at this time, I think you need to breathe. Sit back, breathe. Sit back, breathe. Okay.
Your own son is here.
Sit back and breathe. You have to be strong. If your son is there, remember you have to be strong. I know what it's like to lose a child, Courtney. I do. Okay, so I want you to understand that I do know what it's like. I've been in your position. Okay?
Right. Like the sob.
And I know that nothing I'm saying to you right now even matters, and that's okay.
No,
I just
let me
want
tell
you
you
to hear
what.
me.
This stupid, pathetic, miserable, fucking lying bitch. I'm sorry, but to hear somebody say, I know what it's like to lose a child, and hear them comforting her, like, it just makes me absolutely angry. That is so fucked up. Excuse my language. If you're new to my channel, look, that's just the way it is here. I'm not a professional. I'm just a person who's interested in this stuff and enjoys to talk about it with you guys. I'm having interest in what's going on in the world. And yeah, so just so you know, but all right, let's keep listening. Ugh.
Where was she?
Courtney, where do you know where? Do you know where? You don't know where she was
What'd she
found?
say?
No.
I didn't.
Courtney, where do you know where? Do you know where? You don't know where she was found?
Oh my God. You guys,
No.
this woman
Who
brings
is
it out of
blowing your
me.
phone up, Courtney?
Found.
Don't answer your phone for anybody if you don't want to answer your phone for them, okay, Courtney?
Got a question. How much do you guys want to bet? Or let me know your thoughts. Will Kimmy and Rich hop back on an interview? Will they talk to the news? The news will try. I guarantee you they probably already went by wherever they're getting released to. Will they do it? What do you think?
It's family calling.
Okay, then answer your phone because that's important. Hold on, guys. I gotta make a phone call.
Yes, you do. Oh, you know they will. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Hold on, my sister is calling.
No, it doesn't, Tosh. But
That's fine. Take your time.
I do agree with you, Natasha. coddling will do nobody any favors. But at this time, like for me, I've told you guys this, and I don't want to be repetitive, but like for a missing or murdered person in order to be like suspicious or, questioning of the family, I don't really think it's right unless they've been named a suspect or charged in relation to it. Usually as a creator, and a lot of creators don't do this. They just tell you who they're suspicious of immediately, and that's the way they do it. But the way I do it is, unless they've been implicated by law enforcement or charged, I just try to hold back. Because you just don't know. And humans are weird, and the way we react to things is weird, and it just all depends on our life experiences and what we know and what we've been through and all that kind of stuff. So, no, I know you don't mean me. I was just saying for those women, maybe that's why. Maybe they're like, well, maybe she wasn't. Maybe they were trying to give her the benefit of the doubt and waiting for law enforcement to, So Alicia says they can't help themselves. So Kimberly and Rich. I personally do not believe that either one of them were fully involved, if at all. But this is the most attention they have ever gotten. See, I personally believe that, we heard Kimberly tell a bunch, she said some strange stuff in even just what we heard yesterday, talking about Rich and the text and all the different things, right? And Cortney threatened her, which I'm curious if that's true. I could totally see him not being involved and just maybe not being the best person, right? Especially if you're selling drugs like that. This might be like a strong stance, but I personally have no respect for anybody who sells heroin, meth, crack. I think you need to go to jail for a long, long time. You're ruining lives to make money, whether it's to make money to buy shit or make money to buy drugs. I don't care. You're a piece of shit to me. So I can say, I think he's a piece of shit no matter what. Even if you're in active addiction, I don't care. And I say this as a recovering addict with, friends and, of course, friends who also were really deep in that and dealing and stuff too. And they were dead wrong at the time too, being so selfish. It's all about feeding that addiction. And at that point, like, you need to pay some consequences. You are ruining lives. You could be killing people. And don't even get me started on if you're out there selling fentanyl, then, whoo, honey. I don't have no kind words for you. I have a lot of grace and sympathy for users, not for dealers. That's just my, based on what I've lived through and been through, how I feel. Okay, so now we have to get into this one. This was the next day. She joins Steph again, which we have to finish her first interview. We have Rich being interviewed by her. We have Kimberly being interviewed by her. And we'll get to that. But let's hear this, just because it's a clip that I've seen and I wanted to share with you guys. I think, if I'm
Cortney,
not mistaken,
this whole time
she's trying to blame her sister. Oh, yeah, she says she's going to be charged with homicide. It's actually pretty funny. What do you think Kimberly's going to be charged with? Homicide. Look who's charged with that. You, bitch.
I want you to understand that as a collective, as a media collective, we've just been trying to get down to the information we needed to bring Rebecca home.
Just because.
Okay, but you guys are pointing fingers at the wrong people. The wrong people this whole time. I've stood strong.
We've accused everybody.
That I told them.
They are, Natasha. But
yeah, I'm just going to be honest.
That, but
I'm just going to be honest. We've thought you've been a suspect. Bride's been a suspect. Kimmy, Rich, everybody's been a suspect and discussed because we don't know what's going on. We're just trying to figure. And it's not that we are trying to solve a crime per se. We were just trying to find Rebecca and the clues that we needed to find her. So everybody's been under the microscope just for the sake of bringing Rebecca home because she's been the most important part of this whole story.
Wow.
I want
This
you
is
to
very-
understand that as a collective.
This is very interesting. I wanted to start that over because I was paying too close attention to the chat. Plus, sometimes I just want to hear things more than once. But this comment is very interesting. No, Kimberly, egg donor and egg donor husband are still locked up. Alicia says, I'm going to be honest. I feel like Steph is part of the problem. That's a really interesting take because, you know, in an open investigation, you know, doing interviews with suspects and stuff, I have to admit it is risky. You can't deny that. But I have to also admit that she's certainly got them to say a lot. So I can kind of see both sides of that. And I think that's really interesting. And thank you for sharing that. And if you want to expand, I would love to hear like why exactly, but I do. Appreciate your opinion. And then there was one other one I wanted to read. I get it, Allie. I see both sides. Right, Natasha. Yeah. And I, you know, agree to disagree. We all got our own story and I think what we've been through really has a huge impact on how we look at everything, right? And especially those kinds of things. So even if we've kind of been through similar things, it's weird. But all right, here we go.
Collective, as a media collective, we've just been trying to get down to the information we needed to bring Rebecca home.
Okay, but you guys were pointing fingers at the wrong people. The wrong people this whole time. I've stood strong.
We've accused everybody.
That I told them.
Yeah, I'm just going to be honest.
That, but
We've accused everybody. I'm just going to be honest.
We have. We've thought you've been a suspect. Bride's been a suspect. Kimmy, Rich, everybody's.
And this is where I'm kind of like, ugh. I hate to hear her say this. Like, it's like, you know, and she does later clarify, like, we're not running an investigation or trying to solve a case, is what she says. We're just trying to help find Rebecca. But why are you accusing people? We don't see the cops doing that. They don't just accuse people. They wait until they can prove it. Or they can try to prove it. It's really not good to accuse people and then get the information. That kind of feels a little backwards, with all due respect, because I've enjoyed some of her interviews and the tough questions and that kind of stuff. Don't get me wrong, but yeah. And to go along with that, let's look at what Alicia had to say, because I think this is really interesting. But first, Grandma Sherry, I wonder if Steph paid them. I actually wonder that too. If anybody hears her that listens to her say one way or the other, let us know. Alicia says she and a lot of the other TikTok people perpetrated the drama. They knew they weren't telling the truth. And I understand then incriminating themselves, but they don't think about what that does to the case and area as a whole. Well, I mean, the police were begging for the misinformation to stop. I saw that. And I'm sure it keeps like tensions really high in the area. And then all the people out there, weren't there a lot of protesters and things like that as well? And yeah, we've accused everybody. It's like, yeah, not only that, when Steph says that, it really gives the armchair detective feels, but she may not have meant it in that way. I'm with you. Trying to give her the benefit of the doubt because I have appreciated her at times, but I'm like, who do you guys think you are? You taking yourself so serious? Like, we should not be interfering in these cases. But then again, maybe they're not taking themselves too serious, because she goes on to say, like I said, we're not trying to solve the case. We just wanted to find her. And I can appreciate that. Let y'all hear it.
He's been a suspect and discussed, because we don't know what's going on. We're just trying to figure, and it's not that we are trying to solve a crime per se. We were just trying to find Rebecca and the clues that we needed to find her. So everybody's been under the microscope just for the sake of bringing Rebecca home because she's been the most important part of this whole story.
Of course.
Yeah,
Will
well, I
you
hope
have
they
She's the
the-
murdered
rot
person.
out for what
Absolutely.
they did to my daughter. Literally, you don't do this. People don't know what it feels like to lose a child if you've never lost one. And I swear, I hope.
Do you know what it feels like? Because I don't think you do. No. So let's read a couple of your comments I've starred here while we were listening, and I'll just keep doing this as we go. Frilly Farmhouse, which I love your name. I've said that before, but it's cute. Every time I say it, I can't help but think that. But they say, I stopped watching when she celebrated 1 million taps in the middle of finding out the charges. It was very disrespectful. That was a big turnoff for me, too. We've got 300,000 likes in here and 2,700 people watching. Blah, blah, blah. If you want, writing them over and over and over and over again. Now, I do understand in a TikTok live, people can't rewind, so you do have to say the same shit over and over if you want people to hear it, I guess. But I didn't like that either. And Alicia says the tension and stress here has been insane. It sucks. I'm proud of the people that came together to search and protest for her, but it also brought out a lot of ugly. And then K-Wag says, or Itzwag says, she will be called to testify to authenticate the videos and get them admitted into evidence.
And I pray that Becca gets the justice that she deserves and my grandson is found.
So in a way, you've lost two daughters.
I've lost one because she was murdered and the other one because she did murder her.
Why in the fuck would you get on here and say that? I lost two, one because she murdered her and one because she did murder her. You are fucked up, lady. You are trying to blame her. She hasn't been charged with murder. She knows that. How can you just so easily say that? It's like yesterday, like she just gives out so much personal business and information. And
So not only have my
what the hell?
other grandbabies lost their mom and their aunt, or their aunt and their mom. Now it's just a huge circle.
Tony?
Have you guys told Grandma?
My grandma's aware, yes.
Is she okay?
I do believe so. I don't
You haven't
know.
talked to her?
I'm sure my sister has contacted my grandmother.
Will you have a funeral for Rebecca?
I do not know what Stephanie has planned.
It's not up to her.
Do you think you'll be invited?
If I could have my choice, I would definitely get everybody together and go out to where they found her and do something. Put a cross there, do something.
You can do that at any time. Yeah. Ugh.
Looking
kindness, not at all.
at that scene, I mean, it's apparent that she was moved there recently.
I don't know.
How does she know that? Like, is there something I'm missing? I get there's a lot of footage, and I know I haven't seen it all. But is there a picture of where she was found or something? How do you know? And I find it interesting the way that you guys, the opinions are kind of, they're shifting tonight. What are you saying? Says, I don't like these questions. It's for the show, and that's wrong. See, it does feel like it's for the show. It doesn't feel like it's supportive. To me, like I can see if you're trying to be I don't know what happened just now. It lagged so weirdly. StreamYard is doing something funky, but did she sought Cortney? Did she ask her to come on today? Like, I know she's asked her other times. Is Cortney asking, are you doing it to question her and throw shade and suspicion? Or are you doing it to be supportive? All of those things kind of matter to me because, look, as a creator, I can see how like, I got to be honest, as much as I don't like it when creators do get too close with the families and stuff like that, if a family member came to me and like asked for help, I feel like I'd be like, anything, like, you can have my platform. Like, how do you tell them no if you're trying to support them? You know what I mean? And I just don't know. And she's not even like, do you even consider her a family member? I don't know. I don't know what to think, but I think it's interesting how things are shifting a little bit.
I do not know. I have not seen pictures. I have not seen any of that. And
It's an important part of the conversation, in my opinion, because it all has to do with
there.
Is this case going to have trouble being tried because of all the social media stuff? I doubt it, but it's part of the conversation. Now, I rewound it because I want us to hear this again. Steph asked about the area where she was found and that it looks as if she was moved there. Let's just hear it. You let me know what you guys think, because I'm like, huh?
put a cross there, do something.
Looking at that scene,
I don't know, Natasha.
I mean,
That's
it's
what I don't
apparent
know.
that she was moved there recently.
I don't know. I do not know. I have not seen pictures. I have not seen any of that, and I do not want to.
Well, the description was that she looked like she was just put there. I'll just leave it at that. And that she was moved. And that's so important because where she was moved from will tell us, you know, who all is
Yes,
involved.
she has been charged now. You're right.
And I remember you saying that Michael Mercer had been running Rich up and down the road in front of your house. Do you think they were scoping out a place, those trails allegedly, at least Rich allegedly, to find a place to put his fiance?
Rich knows the trails. We've went trail riding back in there.
Didn't see anybody say they had seen pictures. How does she know what
Like
the area?
3 summers ago, we used to go trail riding back there.
What it looked like?
When I needed to escape from
Right, Jessica.
taking care of my mother.
We have 4,000 people watching right now.
Oh,
is there anything that you need them to know?
Just start looking for a newborn. Anybody that has a newborn, if you see one, I don't care, little or not, make sure you call it in, especially if you're skeptical about it. Let's try to bring him home. Bring my grandson home. Baby Park, let's bring him home.
Baby Park, what?
Baby Park, let's bring him home.
Baby Park lives?
Baby Park, let's bring him home. Let's try to bring him home. Bring my grandson home. Baby Park, let's bring him home.
Okay. But are you saying, says some people don't know how or when to ask certain questions, and this is not the time to be asking these type of questions. Good God, she was just found. I agree. I don't disagree. Steph had someone ride down the 2-track to find the site she was found. Oh my. Oh, okay. Mystery said the baby part was to bring him home. That is what I heard. I'd have to go back. It was the creator with Steph. I don't remember the name ever being. I don't remember. Are you talking about last night and stuff? Yeah, I don't remember her name being said either. Alex paused and was like, "How would they know that?" They followed Ellie to the landfill yesterday and today. Hey, Michelle. Oh, I'm not ready to go yet. We got a little while left. I'll probably go for another half an hour at the longest, though. So, hopefully Bendy's still on, and anybody who wants to go watch her can go over and check it out or catch the replay because she hasn't been on for a while. So, and we have there's no way. I'm invested though. I don't think we should stop. Do you guys think we should do all the interviews? We have this one. Let me pull it up. We have part 2 with Cortney. We have Rich. We have Kimberly. I think we should listen to them. They're out there on social media and barely seeing them anywhere. So let me know what you guys want to do. Okay, because I thought about talking about Anna Kepner if there was an update. There hasn't been an arrest. So those are the two current ones that are unfolding. Now, there actually is some news with Stephen Stern, so I need to take a day to talk about that. It's pretty huge news. If you followed that case, do you remember the drug? Just a sidebar for a second. The drug sevoflurane or whatever, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's a drug that he searched just the day before. And we talked about it because I had seen a case on True Crime News where a doctor was bringing it home and drugging his nanny. This is a drug that would knock people out. He got some from the pharmacy 2 days before what happened to Maddie, very shortly before. So don't hold me to dates. We'll go over the actual information. There's a lot that's been released, and I want to take a day to do that since we've followed that so closely. All right, so let's go over to Steph's channel. I didn't realize I wasn't subscribed. I'll subscribe. Okay. Live confession by we got to go to videos. Because here's what we have to listen to. We've listened to all of this. It's 2 hours. We have another hour with Cortney. I don't think she's on the whole time, though, because I listened to some of this. We have Kimberly on this day for quite a while. Then we have Cortney was on again. Rich was on here right before Cortney. So all those interviews, and I truly think we should go through them. But okay.
And then she went to another guy.
It's free to do. Hello.
Natasha. Yeah, Amber's covering the Brian Walsh. I don't know that one too well.
Long day, huh?
Yes, very long day. Okay, so I will start with the whole thing that I said about the hit.
Uh-huh.
Becca was there when Randy did what he did. And then she went to another guy, which is her second baby daddy. And he went to jail, and Becca didn't. While he was in jail, when they took him to prison, he put a hit on her. He was brutally murdered in prison, and there is still a hit on her.
All right,
when I asked, and True Crime can say this, when I asked Kimberly about the rugs, she was very vague. She didn't want to talk about it, but she said that she was a CI and that.
Okay, I got to stop paying attention to the comments and listen, but I just want to remind you guys, I'm going to drop the link right now to this live stream. If you guys want to go subscribe to the channel or whatever, and if you're watching the replay, just check the description as long as it's within 5 minutes after I end, and I will include the TikToks we watched, the article I read, and this video as well in the description. I've been trying to add it after so you guys can, go through and do research. Look, I say always do your own research. I have trusted creators that I know are sensible. A lot of them are my close friends, and other ones that aren't, that I know are going to give me the facts 99% of the time. But there's, we're human. And I just think it's best to research ourselves some too. So I want to make sure to include like the sources where the information we're talking about is coming from. So you guys can go back if you want. Okay, that's all.
There was a few things going on Friday. I don't want to get into it too much, but she said that she was working for Wexford County.
Who was?
Kimberly.
Kimberly is an informant?
Mm-hmm.
What? Why are you giving all this out on TikTok Live, lady? Oh my God.
I don't.
That's what she
See, this is a thing with informants. Usually they don't come out and talk. Usually they don't speak.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
That's
confidential.
what I told her. I said,
Do you know what the C stands for in CI? Confidential. Confidential informant. It's a secret.
if you were an informant, you wouldn't be telling me what you're telling me.
Oh,
And things aren't making sense. Her house has
I
never been
can't stand
searched.
this lady.
So, and when it come to the ones that were going to help us search for Becca, the recovery group, she would not give them the pin to the phone that we went and got from Rich and gave to the recovery group. She wouldn't give them a pin. She wouldn't even try to give them a pin. So they handed the phone over to Wexford County Sheriff's Department and backed away.
She doesn't like any of her kids.
Courtney,
You can hear it in her tone.
you just dropped a bombshell on us here.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, but
Oh, please. This is not a bombshell. You cannot tell me you believe this shit, number one. Number two, again, confidential informant. I don't believe it at all that it was said to you. And I gotta say, she doesn't like any of her kids. Pay attention. When she quotes Rebecca and Kimberly at times, like I haven't noticed it as much because we haven't heard as much, but when she talks about them, she has this disdain in her voice. I was, again, telling Melissa when we talked about this case today, it sounds like she's like clenching her jaw, like how she's doing it. You know what I mean? She's like, yeah, and I didn't want to, or like when she says, I didn't ask her because I didn't want her to get snotty or whatever she said. Or when she just repeats words that she's saying, she says it with the most hateful ass voice. Listen to her. What are you mad about, lady? You think you're getting away with this. I don't know what the fuck she thinks she's doing. She thinks she's like puppeteering this plan to like make Kimberly the one to blame and Rich. And not saying they're not, but obviously they're not as to blame as you because you're the one who's been arrested on homicide charges.
I've got a million things going through my head on what the hell happened to my daughter. And I'm trying to figure all this out, but everybody's like coming at me for no reason when I'm trying to get the truth out there of what happened. Wexford County even changed the time that my daughter was last seen.
So
I know.
Go ahead.
So there are messages between you and Kimberly that I've seen on a live that it's between you and Courtney, or you and Kimberly, I'm guessing, that basically y'all were texting and saying, and Kim was saying that she was using reverse psychology on us, and you had asked her why she was on TikTok, and she basically said that she was using reverse psychology, and you said that. One second, I'm gonna read them straight off. You had told her, why are you on TikTok? She said they wouldn't stop asking me, so I'm defending you. You said you weren't defending me. She said I'm using reverse psychology. Or it says physiology, but I think she meant psychology. You said you're making it worse. She said, just watch. You said, I can have kids. She said, I said that. And then you said, you just said I had a hysterectomy. You need to tell them. What is that reverse psychology part about?
No clue. Like
psychology. And you said that you and Kimberly, I'm guessing, that basically y'all were texting and saying, and Kim was saying that she was using reverse psychology on us, and you had asked her why she was on TikTok, and she basically said that she was she was using reverse psychology, and you said that. One second, I'm gonna read them straight off. You had told her, why are you on TikTok? She said, they wouldn't stop asking me, so I'm defending you. You said you weren't defending me. She said, I'm using reverse psychology, or it says physiology, but I think she meant psychology. You said, you're making it worse. She said, just watch. You said, I can have kids. She said, I said that. And then you said, you just said I had a hysterectomy. You need to tell them. What is that reverse psychology part about?
No clue. Like, she's trying to get everybody to feel sympathy for her.
Reverse physiology. Are you serious? And so also, Cortney, are you admitting the messages are real? I'm using reverse osmosis on them. I know I was muted. I'm sorry. Thank you, Amber. I muted for a second to try. I forgot to show you guys where today, her bond hearing. And I had muted to try to listen to it, but I thought we still have to watch it, so I'm just not even going to listen to it. I was going to play it in the background while I was listening to make sure the two videos were the same that I have, because I have two videos of it. But let's just listen to that really quick and come back to this for a second, because I don't want us to forget, and I know you guys want to see this. All right, asking for bond and house arrest today.
No change in circumstances. While I understand there are some health conditions and the concern for a minor child, the fact remains that Ms. Bartholomew is, I find, a flight risk and a threat to the community. So I will continue to hold her without bond. Anything else, counsel?
No. No.
All right.
Your Honor,
Thank you, Jill. Mr. Hartel?
If it's only applicable to bond, I wouldn't be opposed to it, as long as it's not about the underlying case.
It's only about bond.
All right.
I am willing to work with the prosecutor also.
So I'm not going to get into
and also
that.
To have my jail sentence from this jail to my home where I would be monitored at your guys'.
That is something I have no control over. I am not most likely than not, I will not be your sentencing judge.
I just need to be able to take care of him. I'm the only one that has custody of him.
Is Bartholomew, I understand, but the fact is I've found that you are a threat and a flight risk, and I am not going to, at this point, I'm not authorizing a bond. Thank you, Jail.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If you gave a fuck about protecting your son and taking care of him, then you wouldn't be in this shit to begin with. You would have never done this. Guess what? Although I would never, most of us are not capable of something so evil, but let's just talk about committing any crime. When you are a parent, you don't go out here committing crimes like that. Like, of course, people do, and people have issues. And guess what? When they do, their kids go to foster care. It's sad. It's unfortunate. And foster care is not always a great place for kids to be. So don't go committing crimes. That's on you, bitch. I'm sorry. I feel sorry for the kid. I do. But no. I bet you will. I'll work with prosecutors. I bet you will. What are you going to do? Blame it all on your husband now, or still try to blame Kimberly and Rich? They have evidence. They have it. They know you did. There is a reason that prosecutor had that phrase that we keep hearing over and over and over again. They did research. They planned this. They have evidence of that, dumb ass. You can't just lie. You're not going to get that's not how it works. And blame someone else like you did on freaking
Like, she only cries when you look at her.
Back to that.
I'm sorry, you cut out. What'd you say?
I said she only cries when you look at her. That's the only time she cries.
What?
Like, I'm trying to stand strong for my kids, and she's like faking it. Like, it doesn't even bother her, and it bothers the fuck out of me. Sorry for my language, but it bothers me so bad that I can't even get off my couch because I don't my head is so going crazy.
Excuse me. Courtney, this is your own daughter you're speaking of here. Do you think, are you trying to insinuate that she might be nefariously involved in this?
I think she knows where her sister is. I honestly do. Her house is never.
In this interview, remember, this is one day after the last one that we listened to last night and the night before. So, but unbelievable. She only cries when you look at her. And what the fuck does that mean? You psycho. You sound like some of the freaking losers that will judge parents on YouTube. Oh my God. Did you see them? The face they made? They're gaining weight. They're drinking. Ooh, like that's literally what you sound like, except for how absolutely sick that it's about your own biological child.
Been checked. There's a phone that's missing that was her ex baby daddy's phone, and it just poof gone out of thin air, and we don't know where it's at. And she said she had the serial numbers, and then all of a sudden, oh well, it was changed to a different company.
Wait, Nicole, that's a great question. If you're not looking at her, how do you know if she's crying or not? Dumbass.
Like, I'm sitting here going, what the
She's only crying when I look at her.
And she's like, oh, well,
yes, you can hear the
get a
hate.
hold of us. Like, seriously, aren't you losing your mind?
Can I? Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, it's fine.
Can I ask you a question about somebody? Who, or not who, I know who they are, but do you know why James is incarcerated right now? What's his charge?
He went back to prison because of his drinking and driving. He got in a vehicle. Okay. He got in a vehicle, was drinking and driving.
Wait, who is that? Why is that like not clicking for me? Is that one of the friends in that first, in some of those first diagrams people were doing? And Frilly Farmhouse says that, oh, thank you, Alicia. James is Kimberly's boyfriend. Okay, thank you so much. I literally just thought in my head, I bet you Alicia will know. And Frilly Farmhouse said that a lot of local people got together and bought her son some clothes and groceries and different things like that. And a cousin took it to him. And that's awesome. That is good. Oh, coffee. That's adorable. Samantha says, yeah, because you sound like you are full of anger, not worried about your child and grandchild. The actual audacity of this terrible person to say all of these lies. Not an appropriate time to giggle. All right, let's keep listening for a minute. Let me set up the redirect. We're just going to, here's the plan, though. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. I lost like 10 seconds. We're going to pick up tomorrow and probably finish this one. Maybe I'll do a daytime live and try to talk about Stephen Stearns during the day. And then during the weekend, my usual weekend schedule is just Sundays at noon. But maybe we'll just go every night, except for the time will change because I want to go after or before Amber because she only goes on the weekends. My friend Amber, if you guys haven't checked out her channel, that's how I heard about this case initially. She covered it last weekend and I was in there and I had not heard of it and it sparked my interest. And then I just kind of fell down the very large rabbit hole, scary, dark, methamphetamine fueled rabbit hole or whatever you'd call this we're watching. But yeah, go check out her channel because she does a great job. And I bet you she's going to cover this weekend. I would imagine updates.
He got in a vehicle. He got in a vehicle, was drinking and driving, had open intox on his way to go see Kimberly's daughter at the adoptive parents' house.
And does Kimberly speak to him while he's incarcerated?
Yes, she does. She's with her ex-boyfriend's brother, but yet she's still telling my cousin, which is my first cousin and her second cousin, oh, I still love you, baby. I can't wait till you get out.
Cortney, can you straighten up some for me? Because I'm a little confused on this as well. What is up with this 3 a.m. phone call to the gas station? Did you make it? Did Kimmy make it? Can you elaborate more?
It was for my dad. Brad did bring that to my attention that it was for my dad.
Oh, Brad brought it to your
So
attention.
Brad called the gas station, a gas station. What is the name of that gas station?
Westco in Cadillac, Michigan. And we had to check and see if they had something that my dad was needing, and they didn't have it.
Okay, got you.
Okay, I'm setting up the
What
redirect.
could, do you live with your dad or take care of your dad?
No, my dad lives in Cadillac.
What could he need at 3 a.m.? Are you guys normally night birds and this is your normal time to be awake?
We were awake because we sat here waiting for Rebecca to come back. That's why we were awake. And my dad was awake because he was just awake.
You were
My dad
awake
is like
waiting on her to
72
come
years
back.
old,
You
and
lying.
yeah, my dad thinks he's a spring chicken.
My dad would have been 80 years old next May, so he's been going 20 something years now, but
sorry to hear that.
Thank you. Can you, I mean, I hate to be so nosy, and I know it's not any of our business.
Oh God, we got to hear this question. And then we're going to go in a second. Please understand, it's going to take us a few days to get through all of these. But it seems like we all want to do it. So I think that's okay. I just want you guys to know, like, I'm not one of those people who can be on YouTube for like 7 hours at a time. Maybe like once every now and then for something big. Maybe I could do like some kind of weekend thing but Lord have mercy, I couldn't do it. So it's going to take us a few days, but we will go through every word of it, like with a fine-tooth comb. For me, I want to know all the details. It was kind of like with Letitia Stalka, people would rag on us for covering it so much, but it's like, we got the case file. We want to read through it all. What do you mean? It's like 4,000 pages with the case file and her jail files. We want to read through it. That's why we got it. And that you can't do that in one day, or the calls, So when a case is big, this is different. It's not a case file, but these are public interviews with people who have been arrested surrounding this case. So it's kind of the same thing, right? Like, you want to hear it all, because hell, even this right here, what's with this 3 a.m. text to the gas station? I don't know what that is. Or Kimberly's boyfriend, I didn't know who he was. I want to know these things. I want to know the details that are at least available for us to know. So,
can you tell us the thing at the gas station that he needed?
It was like oil or something for his car.
Natasha.
I don't remember. Do you remember what it was? No?
Right, Amber.
But I don't remember either. We just got too much going on. And something little like that is just not something we're going to remember right now.
Have you heard from the police today at all?
No. Nope, I have not.
Wait, shit.
I was on a...
I caught that too.
My dad thinks he's a
but
spring chicken. And my dad was awake because he was just awake. My dad is like 72 years old, and
I thought that's what she said. You know what? Because I'm watching the chat and I want to get to this fresh, like with a fresh mind. We're going to pause here. We went through the updates from today, the other clips from surrounding Rebecca being found. I think those were incredibly important to go through anyways. But we'll pause here. I need to do the timeline. I actually have an alarm set for 11:59 in the morning. So let me show y'all. And I ain't joking. I just said it a few minutes ago because I'm like, shit, I was supposed to write down all the times from the messages that, they're saying from Rich. And I didn't do that today. So I want to make sure to do that. I set an alarm. We got it for 11:59. Tomorrow we'll come back with that and finish this and any other updates. Couple quick things. I just got an alert that said, an update from Plunder. Anna Kepner's dad avoids subpoena, ex-wife subpoena. Will Chris skip 3-hour court hearing? Looks like they're going to be in court on Friday. Anna's 16-year-old stepbrother wanted his dad to join him in therapy. There is a huge hearing happening where I think we're going to get a lot of information. If you guys are following that, that's the young lady who was found on the cruise ship under one of the beds, and suspicion is that her stepbrother is who did it. That was who was in the room with her. So we have maybe an update there. We definitely have a Stefan Stern update. And then this tomorrow night, I'll have that timeline, that part of the timeline, because it will not be whatever a full timeline whatsoever, just that part according to Cortney, the messages from Rich. And we'll finish this. Now, any other things that I see that are interesting, we'll pull up. Tomorrow will go longer. I promise it's not going to be a short live. We'll be on here for a little while because it's the last night of the week at 8:30. And then the last thing I was going to say, Stefan Stern. So I saw your comment, Michelle, that I'll have to replay if you do Stefan Stearns tomorrow during the day. I will be busy making people beautiful for the holidays. Lots of highlights, colors, and cuts. Cha-ching. And that is awesome. I hope that you get lots of customers and they tip you big. You deserve it for the holidays. And I'm definitely going to talk about it. I don't know exactly when, but as soon as I have something scheduled, I'll make a post about it. And then Alicia says, I can send you details. Yes, I would love that, Alicia. Thank you so much. And yeah, if you guys want to join that Discord, please email me if you're a member of the channel or of Patreon. I never expect you guys to member to both. Please don't do that or feel like that's expected. And yeah, that's it. This live is going to take us over to Jen Liu. She's covering. Let me pull up the title. I'm pretty certain we talked about this case during a True Crime News. It's a new trial, Georgia versus Trinity Madison. She was the pageant queen. And it says Jen's title says Pageant Queen Child Murder Trial. So trial days 1 and 2 recap, and she does a great job with that. So yeah, if you're interested, please just hang out in the chat and it will carry you right over there like a little spaceship. And then tomorrow we'll come back to listen to some more of this bitch. Thankfully, tonight I'm not feeling as angry as usual the last few nights as we get off. But I have a feeling tomorrow, if we finish that, we could start Kimberly's interview, or we'll see what else comes out. God only knows. Probably be 100 other things by tomorrow. But we'll be on for a little while. So I hope you guys will join me, get some snacks for tomorrow, a blanket, all the things, and come hang out with me tomorrow night. And then, yeah, thank you guys for being here. I will see you over. Is it Vanessa? Well, awesome. Jen, I think she's been watching the last 2 days and she's doing a recap. So, all right, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for being here. And yeah, you guys have a great night. And just thank you for supporting me. I really do appreciate it. All right. Bye. Just hang out in the chat. I will happily be abducted by that spaceship. Okay, so here's the deal though. Sometimes the chat will just turn into hers. It kind of depends if you have that autoplay on, I'm pretty certain. Like if I have it on, which I do have it on sometimes, it'll boot me out of a chat before I'm ready and I can't go back because the live has ended. If it doesn't do that, if you don't have autoplay on, when this ends, at the top of the chat you're typing in right now, you'll see a white bar go across the top that says, please join us over at the Ward Case Studies or something like that. And you just click that button. You just click that little box. It might say go now or something like that. And you'll be right over there. If you want these links, give me 5 minutes and they'll be available. And you guys have a good night and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Toodaloo.